Yes, there we go. Technology working. Yay! Welcome to episode 20 of 84 Feet with Cady and Cap. I'm Brian Cady. That is Albany Academy Girls Varsity coach Brian Capitula. It's 20 episodes. Well, for one of us. For you, it's 19, 18. I don't
18.
know. You decided to be a rebel and miss one or two shows. But yeah, this is we're getting closer and closer to the school year again. So this is making me a little more and more nervous, I guess, because I'm interested to see what happens with the show during the school season.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. I think it'd be good to go to even even if you're there, just going to get a few athletes or something like that, and getting them on like almost not live, but like a live kind of thing, I guess. I know we had talked about that before, so I think as we keep going and hopefully the coverage in our area is great with girls basketball in terms of the newspaper, but everything else we're trying to have that outlet. So I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, because we didn't talk about the state not putting out the all stars for well, never mind. That was, if you missed that, go to the end of episode 19. We basically were crapping on people for not putting out all-star teams for New York State for the girls, but they could do it for the boys. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not bitter at all. Anyways, yeah, we got a pair of wonderful guests today. If you know me and my basketball history, then you know that my involvement around here with announcing basketball. The story begins with current SUNY Cobleskill women's basketball head coach Megan Bowman and the Russell Sage team that she led to the NCAAs a decade ago. Yes, I'm aging her, and I'm doing it on purpose because two of her players are the guests for today. Yes, indeed. One from BK Dub, a product of Coach Galvin, which I'm sure we'll get into in a moment. The other product of Hoosick Falls was an original U Albany commit, and we'll talk about that as well. Maybe that's how I'll get to embarrass that one. I don't know. We'll see. Now, they helped lead SUNY Cobleskill to the NAC championship game, and things could be even better this coming season. I'll talk about Taylor Meacham and Logan Thayne. Ladies, welcome. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. I'd like to congratulate you on this respect, and Cap. This is me putting it out there. Putting it. Just being outright about this. This is our first couple on the show ever. So, ladies, congratulations. So I want to delve into that real quick, and then we'll get into all the basketball stuff and your individual stories. So, Logan, originally U Albany. Taylor's been at COBY for 3 years now. So, did the two of you cross paths at all pre-Cobleskill, or is this all something that happened once Logan transferred over?
It's actually kind of funny. When I went to Cobleskill to visit, I saw her and I knew she looked very familiar. And we found out that we did a basketball workout back in 2016 together. And our parents were talking like the whole time. So afterwards, we met each other and talked a lot. But that's the last time we saw each other.
So, all right. I'm gonna break that down for a quick second. So how should I ask this? I don't even know how I want to ask this. Okay, so you mentioned the 2016 thing.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 years later, do the parents kind of look back at that and go, or is it just kind of like a hazy memory at this point?
Yeah, it was definitely a hazy memory, for sure.
Okay. All right. I just, who knows? Yeah. Cap, go ahead. I'll leave it alone now. I'm good.
Man, hard-hitting question right off the bat. God's sake. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for coming on. So just kind of just trying to touch the base and get some background on both of you guys. Brian kind of gave you a quick introduction, but can you guys kind of explain yourselves, like in terms of where you guys are originally from, what high school you came from, how your journey started, like in basketball, if you want to go back that far as a little kid, and how your love of the game started? Just kind of introduce yourselves a little bit.
You want me to? Yeah.
I'm Taylor. I think I started playing basketball in like 4th grade, I want to say, with my dad. He coached me for a few years, so that's when I started to love it. I went to Berne-Knox-Westerlo. I played for the Albany Capitals for AAU for a few years. And then I took a break from basketball, like COVID year. So I graduated in 2020, and then the following year I decided not to play, and then I missed it. So here I am. I think that's good hit for you.
Good.
Hi, I'm Logan. So I started playing basketball. I tried it in 2nd grade, and I actually really didn't like it. It wasn't until I was in 5th grade and bigger than everyone else, and I was actually pretty good at it, that I was like, maybe I'll try this. And then same thing for me. My mom coached me until 8th grade, and then that's when I met Terrence and started with the New York Havoc, and that kind of changed my way of thinking about basketball, and it actually showed me that I can get school paid for and actually further my career in it. And so I got a full ride scholarship to UAlbany, and then ended up transferring to Cobleskill.
We'll address the transferring out of UAlbany in a little bit, but I do want to touch on the AAU journeys real quick. First off, Capitals. What was your own personal experience that you dealt with in playing for Capitals, and just from any stories you may have heard from the younger girls that have been coming in the last couple of years, you feel like it's changed at all over the last couple of years compared to when you were playing before you came to COBY?
To be honest with you, I liked like all my teammates and stuff, but I tore my first ACL in 8th grade, and then I tore my other knee in 10th grade. So I ended up quitting AAU in 11th grade just because I was very burnt out, and it was a lot, and I was just needed a break. So I just decided to I wasn't playing in college. That's what I told my parents, my coach, everybody. And I just finished my senior year at BKW and kind of went from there.
So we have 2 women with bionic knees. That's fantastic. And then Logan, Havoc. I don't even know where to start with this one. I guess I'll start with the easy question. Terrence is a different kind of character, ain't he?
Yeah. I love him, though. He'd do anything for me. He really changed my mindset, and our practices were so hard that when it came to a game, it was like fun, and you're the easiest thing compared to what we were doing in practice. So he really showed that work ethic.
And obviously you could see what happens because, like, you look at that program and, just the talent that's been coming out of there over the last few years, obviously yourself and even just the kids that came out from it this year. Like, you got, I'm doing this on top of my head, at least 4 D1 talents that came out of there. You had Shields, Holohan, Antoine,
I think 5.
Moses. I think there was a 5th one I'm forgetting. But I mean, it's crazy the amount of talent that's been coming out of that program over the years.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me because we started originally the year I started. It was his first 2 teams of Havoc. And now it's like 3 teams per grade level. So it's just amazing what he's done and how many people buy into it.
Now, with you guys, obviously being like student athletes, there's a lot more to your daily activities and stuff like that than just basketball right now. What do you guys, and Logan, you can go first. What do you think the biggest challenge right now, like as being an athlete, like currently, what's the biggest challenge of being an athlete right now?
I would definitely say time management. Going from Division 1 to Division 3, you learn that you really have to take time for yourself, and not just get caught up in everything, or else you get very stressed out. And it's good to take time either on a Sunday or Monday night, whenever you want to, and plan out the week, and make sure you have time for yourself, time to see your friends, do stuff like that. Like don't just focus on basketball, because your whole life isn't basketball. It's also your academics should always come first. And that's something I had to learn. I wasn't a big school person, but it's definitely something you'll need in life.
Taylor, do you want to answer? Just in terms of just, I guess, what's your greatest challenge like during the season? Like you're in season, you guys are traveling and everything like that. What's the biggest thing that like, I guess, what's the biggest challenge?
I guess probably also time management, but not as much. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty good with like school stuff, and like I've always been a really like focusing on my schoolwork and stuff. But I also work. I'm a commuter, basketball classes, so I feel like time management and probably mental health here and there. I would say making sure that you take care of that kind of stuff, because once it all adds up, you just don't do well on the court and you don't perform. So I guess time management and balancing everything and making sure you have enough time for yourself, not just all your commitments.
For sure.
All right. So I just want to get into your respective initial college decisions. I say initial, obviously, because we mentioned Logan transferring. So let me start with Taylor's story quick, because you had already mentioned, and I didn't know this, that you were basically done with hoops. Like you had basically sorted it off between COVID and your 2 ACL repairs. You were just done. So when you're going to Cobleskill, that was after 2 years of Coach Bowman being on campus. She had one full season, and then the whole mess with COVID messing with the 2021 season that she had been trying to coach. So when you come in, when you walked on campus, where was the interest level? Was it like you were really done, and then you had to be really dragged into it, or had somebody talked to you over the summer and convinced you otherwise?
Yeah, no, it's kind of funny because I talked to Coach Bowman and Coach Preston. We went out and we had a lunch and just kind of discussed like possibilities and stuff after the year I took off, because I was completely online through Cobleskill, so I didn't even go to campus. I didn't know where a bathroom was, so that's kind of why it was funny, because I decided I was going to play, and then the first day I never went on a tour or anything. I was just like, I love you, it's both of them, and I just kind of showed up to practice, and I was like, where's the locker room? I didn't know anything. So
Okay, hold on. So
Took a wrong turn in the hallway, ended up in the gym.
So listen, the building the gym's in is kind of weird anyways. But so did they like know about you beforehand, and then they just were kind of like, oh, she's not interested in basketball, huh? We'll watch this. Was it like that kind of thing, basically?
I think that I think Coach Preston knew about me before, because I believe she was working with the other coach from Cobleskill, I believe, who came to a lot of BKW games. And then I think Bowman learned about me, I'm assuming my senior year. So they kind of stayed in contact with me ever since I graduated, and kind of, told me that I was welcome to even come and just see what it's like, join a pickup, whatever. And I was just uninterested until my sophomore year.
Okay. And then Logan, I mean, your journey is a little bit different in that you at Hoosick Falls you had, I hope I'm right with the number, you scored over 1,700 points at Hoosick Falls, I believe. Humble brag for you, no big deal. And you end up getting brought into Albany. What was your general recruitment experience like? And initially, what led you to decide you wanted to be with Coach Mullen over at Albany?
So I was just, my original thought process was I wanted to be close to home. I had never gone on trips or wanted to be away from home. Like my brother goes to school in South Carolina, and I was never like, I want to go far at all. And then when I realized like we have Siena and Albany right here, that was really my push to try to get in contact with them or have impressed them at one of our showcases. And yeah, once I stepped on campus, I really liked the UAlbany campus a lot. And the team was really nice. They were great. So it was an easy option at the time for me.
Now you were at UAlbany. What was that jump like? Obviously, like going from Section 2 basketball, and you played high level AAU basketball against some really good players. But like, what is that initial year like, and what does it look like in practices at the college level when you get there?
So in high school, we didn't do a lot of conditioning in practice. And then when I did AAU, that's where I'd get a lot of my conditioning in and really work with Terrence. But then COVID hit. So I was stuck at my house for right up until we went to campus for our summer workouts for UAlbany. And once I got there, I realized we have like an extra hour of just conditioning on its own. And then we got strength training separately. And then we went right into basketball, and that was a whole different experience. You're playing with girls from other countries who have played on their national team and just have had so much experience with it, and it's a whole different pace. So it was a big adjustment.
Now, a question I have for Taylor, because you mentioned how you started online, and then eventually got brought on board for basketball after the fact. So, what initially attracted you to Cobleskill? Because if anybody who's made the drive to Cobleskill, I mean, it's how should I put this? It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's a lovely campus. What initially attracted you to pick Cobleskill over any other schools you might have been considering at the time?
Well, when I graduated high school, I ended up adopting a horse, so that kind of tied me down unless I moved with her. So that was one factor. And then another one was also at the time I wanted to become a veterinarian. So I was looking at schools that had, animal science degrees in the bachelor's of science. So a lot of people told me that Cobleskill was really cool, and they had a lot of connections with schools like Cornell and a lot of good resources and people that have a lot of connections in that world. So that was originally what pushed me to go to Cobleskill. And it wasn't necessarily for basketball, but thank God I did because I love it.
Now, Logan, these are weird questions. This is a weird question. You guys can both answer, but do you remember? It builds character, obviously, when we don't play well or we don't have a good game of some sort or something good doesn't happen. Do you remember your worst sports experience at any point playing basketball, like whether you had such a bad game, and then how that either humbled you a little bit or like picked you up, or did it make you want to quit at any point? Like, because a lot of kids are quitting these days when things get hard. They're kind of stopping and they stop playing. So was there any time like where you had a really bad experience, or like, I'm done with this?
I think there was a time when I was younger in high school, I realized that not everyone loves the sport like I love it. And half the time they either play 3 sports in school or they don't practice outside of the season. So like November comes around, that's the first time they're touching the ball. And we'd get into games, and I think honestly it was at Cohoes against Hoosick Valley because my parents got into me badly after the game because of my attitude, and that was a big like eye opener. I was not acting the way I should because I was just so frustrated. Like,
Sure.
We're out here working so hard, and some of you don't even care to be here. But in that aspect, I also learned like everyone feeds off of what I'm doing all the time. Eyes are on me. And if I'm positive and keeping them going, they're going to act the same way. And I just knew that half of them, they don't mean to be like that. They just don't love the sport like I do. And I was so competitive that it was hard to adjust to when I had to go back to high school basketball.
Taylor, is there anything that sticks out to you at all?
Like personally?
Yeah, personally, like what, like a experience where you're like, I just missed 10 threes. I'm never playing basketball again.
Oh, come on. I missed so many layups all the time. Probably, what was the game that, you'll know what I'm talking about. There was a game, actually, I think it was this past season, but it really just stuck in my brain and makes me so angry still to even talk about. But we were down by 2, and do you know what I'm talking about? We were down by 2, and I had the ball, and, like, Coach trusts me to be like, take care of it. We're about to hopefully tie a game with a few seconds left, and I didn't go to my left hand, and I kept it in my right, and then I got trapped, and it ended up being a turnover. And I felt like I lost us the game, and I know it wasn't the whole game, but that's how it felt. And so that's probably my worst. That it just sucks to feel like you lose a whole game because you're the one that's supposed to take care of it. So I guess that's what's pushing me to have a better left hand my last year.
Sure.
So hold on. Wait a minute. Y'all lost 2 games the whole season.
It was against Westfield.
I'm aware. That's why I'm pointing this out right now. Y'all lost 2 games the entire season, including your conference championship game, and you blame yourself for the 1 regular season loss, non-conference, by the way. You blame yourself for the 1 regular season loss.
Yeah, and I'll go as far as also playing a role in Maine Maritime because I fouled out. The 1 game all season, I fouled out, and then they went and scored like 30 points in the 4th quarter. So, both.
Listen. Hold on. Let's be real. First of all, it should be banned to travel to Maine. That's ridiculous.
I agree.
And she had to go. Logan had to go through it at UAlbany, going to Aurora, wherever the hell the University of Maine is, or Roanoke, I think it is. Now you're still dealing with it at COBY. Good job. Way to pick schools, Logan. But those Maine trips, because I hear about them all the time from Coach Bowman and Coach Preston, that they're hell. They're hell on earth.
Horrible. Yeah.
Like, who picked Maine to be in the North Atlantic Conference?
Yeah,
Any Maine school.
We actually got, like those dog seat hammocks?
Yes.
We set those up on the bus because I can't sit in those bus seats for that long without I feel like I'm 85 years old after getting off of that bus. So I had to be laying down or something.
How big was the dog though? Like not anything, but like the dog. You would have to get like one for like golden retriever size dog.
Yeah, like the whole back seat of a car.
Oh, Cap, you're setting yourself up for something you could buy now for next time you go to Potsdam and back for a regional game. Oh, goodness gracious. That I just got a visual I don't want to share. Anyways, I don't even know where the hell I was going with the line of questioning that I had before she mentioned blaming herself for a game. Oh, okay, I know where I was going to go. All right. And this is specifically on Logan, because I briefly mentioned UAlbany for a second. So, you played like a handful of games your 1 year at UAlbany. Now, I remember the first time I ever saw you was on the sideline of a COBY game I went to when you were still recovering from, I don't know if it was a foot injury, an ankle injury, but you were in a walking boot and in sweats, and I was like, that's your transfer? Obviously, I've eaten a lot of my words the past 12 months. But the UAlbany departure, was it more health related? Was there an injury that led to the transfer? Was it other stuff? And if it's other stuff, by all means, you don't have to get into it. I'm just looking to clear the air about what led to you departing UAlbany and eventually landing at Cobleskill.
Yeah, so I actually had, I'll call it a neurological episode that shut down the left side of my body. I was at practice and I was like telling my mind to catch the ball when it was coming to me, and my left arm didn't come up like I'm telling it to. And I went right over to my athletic trainer because I was like, something's wrong. And they sent me to the hospital, and before the ambulance even got there, my left side had shut down and wasn't moving. So I went to the hospital, was there for about 2 weeks, I think, and then they transferred me to Sunnyview. And this is where I stayed for about 3 to 4 weeks in the inpatient therapy, trying to get everything back, but unfortunately only my arm had come back. So we didn't really know if I would even walk again or what was going to happen. And then I did about 3 months of outpatient therapy, I think. And after that, I actually got full sensation and movement back in everything. And coming back, I won't go into it very much, but I'll just say it was really hard to try to play there again.
Okay. Number one, I feel like a horrible human being for not doing my homework, so I thank you for sharing that story. Because so here's the homework I did do. So I obviously knew about your foot ankle issue when you came to COBY originally.
Mm-hmm.
All I could find about your time in Albany was whatever there was on the athletics page about your freshman year, and B, there was a video on Facebook from February of 2011. No, 2011, 2021. I think it was 21 or 22. I can't remember. And it was from Sunnyview for a fundraiser they were doing, and you were like the focal point of the whole video.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the reason for the line of questioning, because I couldn't put the pieces together right away. So I was just
I don't think I've ever posted anything explaining specifically what happened. I took a lot of time, especially when I was in Sunnyview, just to take the time to be thankful and appreciative that I can even walk and play again, because while you're in there, you see people who will never be able to walk again. And it really changed my point of view. So every year I do the Sunnyview walk and have a team that raises money to support this rehabilitation hospital, because they're just amazing. The people there are amazing.
And not only be able to walk, but somehow you become the conference player of the year. So I'm sure Brian will talk about that after. But now you guys, there's a horse behind you. Obviously, it's in the picture if you guys are listening to this on Spotify. But what other kind of hobbies do you guys have? Taylor, you can go first. Like, what other hobbies outside of sports do you have?
Well, obviously, I love my horses. I own 2, and then I've been working for a little over 6 months at a thoroughbred breeding farm, which has been super cool. I've learned so much.
I'm asking permission to share something real quick, if you don't mind. Those horses?
Oh, yeah. The white one's Nova and the brown one's Strider.
It's a very cute picture, I must say.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. It's a very cute picture. But continue. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, I basketball, horses. I like to ride 4-wheelers and hang out with my dogs, and obviously Logan and my family and friends. But hiking's cool.
Yeah, I'd say pretty much same as her. I'm not a horse person. I used to show cows, so I was a cow person. And then pretty much anything outside. I love fishing. I got my little brother into it, but now he's better than me, so I don't really talk about it.
All right, rewind. Show cows.
Yes. Yeah. My grandfather owned a dairy farm growing up, and the Washington County Fair.
Who doesn't? Yes.
Yeah, I grew up there. Every year since I was 3, I believe, I've been showing cows there. So
how does that work?
So they have a halter on, and pretty much there's 2 types of shows. So one of them, they're judging you and how you dress and lead the cow and everything. And then the second one's judging the actual cow and how they look. So, you have to hold their head up, position their feet, like when they're stopped. Judge will ask you questions about them. You got to answer and no. So, it's fun.
This is giving me a flashback. Have either of you heard of the movie Babe?
I don't think so.
This is showing how old I am. I'm sure Cap remembers the movie Babe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, or wait, no, not Babe.
Charlotte's
Oh,
Web.
yes, that's one thing of Charlotte's Web. Have you heard of Charlotte's Web?
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie of it?
Yes.
Okay, so the pig. You get where I'm going with this. Okay, good. That's the first thing I'm thinking of. So okay, so basically it's like the Westminster Dog Show except for cows.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
don't know. You don't know this either. I in passing, like following stuff or having the Terrence, but like I used to see posts like them baling hay, like we're going to the Thanes and baling hay, or we're going to do this. Like I would used to see photos like that for sure. So
Yeah, actually, I think he came to the fair one year, and I think I made him lead a cow around. That was pretty funny.
So has Taylor been a good farmhand at any point?
Yeah, I was always taught with cows to like don't be afraid of them, don't let go if they get crazy, like just hold on to their halter. But like I get around a horse and I'm very freaked out.
Oh man, oh man. All right. The only animal related thing I also want to bring up. Is there another pair of animals you're kind of a fan of, Taylor, in your family at all?
My dogs.
Like these two, maybe?
Oh, yeah. The gray one's Zara, and the other one's Rocco.
What kind? What breed? I think that's what it's
Zara,
called.
she's a Cane Corso, very small, but
And Rocco was an accident.
yep, he's an accident. He's a French Mastiff Bulldog mix, so that was funny. But
Okay.
yeah,
Were your dogs and your horses like the main inspiration behind you looking into becoming a veterinarian?
I guess yeah. I think I've always grown up like just loving them, wanting to help as many as I can and own as many as I can. But I think if I bring home another animal, I'm gonna get kicked out, so I'm kind of stuck for a few
Wait,
years.
how many of them are technically just yours?
All of them. Chickens, horses, I have a gecko, fish, two
Oh,
eels.
whoa, 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 whoa,
the insurance guy.
Cool. Oh, Cap's got the jokes now. Oh, the Gecko Gecko. He's funny. He's funny. Oh my goodness. Oh. Wait. So there's a cat. There's chickens. There's a gecko.
Fish.
What are you, Dr. Doolittle? What's going on here?
Pretty much.
Cap,
I want to know where you got those photos. Those photos both better be on Instagram or somewhere. They're pretty. Those are Instagram worthy photos. I don't know where you pulled them from, Brian, but
I think so, or Facebook.
yeah, he goes through and I don't know where he got them from, but two good photos.
Oh, there's two more later. Don't you worry.
Oh, great.
From me?
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Logan's the lucky one. I got nothing for her for photographic evidence. It's like she never existed until she walked on the Cobleskill. So it's all good.
No, for Logan, either with like the rest of school or with basketball, like upcoming for this year, any short term goals you'd have like to accomplish like in the next few months, like or the next year or so, either with like academics or athletics.
I would say definitely for athletics. I'm just gonna take the time to push my team the hardest we've ever been pushed, because last year was definitely a wake-up call. We made it that far and fell short, even though we were winning all three quarters. And I really took a lot of time for myself, self-reflection over the summer. I've been working on losing weight, getting in better shape. Just because even myself, I mean, it was really hot in that gym, but that's not an excuse. And I felt like I wasn't ready for that game, and it had nothing to do with my coaches or anyone else. It was fully myself. They push us every day in practice to be our best, and we didn't perform like we knew we could.
I have to address your coaches for a moment here. So I've known one for a decade and the other, she's a character. They're both characters, but Shelby in particular is a character. So you can, by all means, correct me if I'm wrong in saying this. There are two sides to each of them. There's the bubbly, laughing and joking versions of them. And there's the don't you dare let them waste a pair of sneaks and get on the court, because they will bring out the Dana Moore and Ravina in them, as I like to put it. Facts.
Oh no, then yeah, that's true. Coach P loves to play in the alumni game, and you see a side of her you don't usually see. She comes out ready to beat us all. So that's pretty funny. And then, yeah, when Coach Bowman wants to show someone how to do something in practice, she's not afraid to tell someone to guard her and then just blow past them. So it's pretty funny.
I think Kyra would give her a good run for her money at this point, though, because Kyra's. I like to call her Mini Bowman because she reminds me a lot of Megan when she played.
I'd like to see that matchup.
I think you all would. Now, I have a quote. I don't usually do this at this point, but I have a quote. I want you to guess which coach said this. Okay?
Oh.
It's about both of you. So it's not like it's singling out either one of you. Quote. I could be having the worst day in hell and walk into the gym, see Logan and Taylor standing there, and them simply saying hi can turn my entire day around. They're all around incredible people and leaders on top of being next level basketball players. It's easy to coach X's and O's when you have two captains that are going to do anything and everything to not only execute what you're asking, but to do it with pride and with your team's best interest at heart always. It's special when you have two kids that look after their coach just as much as their coach looks after them. Which coach said this?
Bowman. I don't know. That's a hard one because Coach P says a lot of similar stuff, but the
like
calling us captains sounds like Coach Bowman.
You're both wrong.
Oh wow! Are you for real?
I'll show you the Facebook convo if you want.
Wow.
No, that's why it was
But
hard.
she never
because
calls us
captains. That's why it was. She's never. I don't think she ever refers to us as that. So that threw me off a little bit.
Well, there you go. It was Coach Preston. So
Aw, I want to give her a hug.
now she's gonna watch this and be like, "Why the hell did you guess Coach Bowman?" That's
Because
No.
it's your word. It was the wording.
Yeah.
It was the
Some
wording.
of it.
If it was like
sounded like both of them until the captains.
Cap, what do you got? Because I can't.
I'll stay on the track with basketball for a minute before we get to like stuff that doesn't really matter as much. But what do you think the best piece of advice that you've gained from your coaches, whether it be your high school coach, whether it be your moms that coached you when you were little, or AAU coaches, or your current head coaches? Like, what's the best piece of advice that you guys have had with you playing through college basketball at this point?
That's a hard one. I think I've definitely gained a lot from everywhere I've been, and from our coaches at school. It's not only about basketball. These connections that we're making, I know with at least the two coaches I have right now, and like the team we had last year, these connections I'll have for a lifetime. And I know that our two coaches would be there for anything I need at all. I could literally tell them I'm going to jail and they'd be like, okay, well, I'll post bail for you. Like, they are the two best people I could ever ask for as coaches. And I just want to be like them for other people. Because I know, a lot of people nowadays either are struggling with something physically or mentally. And I never want to see anyone in that position. And just to see how they brighten up and lighten up everyone's day, I want to be just like them all the time.
What do you think, Taylor? Anything from you that you've taken with you?
Yeah, definitely what Logan said. Like, the culture at Cobleskill makes you just want to be a better person. But more personally, like individually, ever since I went to Cobleskill, Shelby and Coach Preston and Coach Bowman have always kind of pushed me to believe in myself. I don't really know why, but going from high school to college, I kind of wasn't as much of like a scorer as I was. I don't know if it's because I took some time off or what, but I lost a ton of confidence. Still, like even last season, I'm not really a first option, and they're both like, you should be, please be, we all believe in you. So that's something that I'm trying to work on in my own head, because I trust them, and if they trust me, so that's something that they're trying to teach me, and I'm trying to learn.
Cap, I'm going to implore you at some point. I know you have your own high school season to coach. You have to go watch this squad. Because let me break it down for you. You got Taylor. You have a sharpshooter in Andy Canales. You have 2 dogs coming right off the bench in Talia Washington and Kyra Pence. You got Miss Player of the Year over there who plays down low. And then you also have Antonia May stretching the floor and Kara Walker, who was a revelation to me this past season. So I don't give a damn what your schedule is. You better find time to go see a game at Cobleskill. Just putting it out there. Just saying. This is a hell of a squad. That being said, though, out of the names I just mentioned, ladies, which one pops out for you as far as personality, their play? Like, is there a name I didn't mention that comes to the forefront of your mind when you think about your team? What do we got?
I think it's hard to just pick like one that pops out, because like if you're talking most competitive, it's Kara Walker. If you're talking sharpshooter, it's Annie. If you're talking shooter and driver with the longest arms you've ever seen, it's Tony. If you're talking about 3-point shooter / beast of a post player, it's Logan. But for me personally, I am a point guard, and Kyra Pence coming in helped me a lot, because she's like in my face defense and practice, and she's quick and able to like push me to be better, and I'm able to do the same for her. So personally, that's what pops out to me, just because she kind of plays the same position as me, and I'm hopeful that after this year, like following years, she's able to really step up and take what we've worked on together. I mean, we've done individuals together throughout the season a lot too. She's eager to get in the gym with me and push each other. It's not just shooting, it's full-blown workouts, and she's in my face. So for me, it's Kyra, but if you ask about the whole team, it's all of the team, and it's not just the starting 7. It's, best cheerleader, it's Big T.
Yeah.
So,
and to add to that, I feel like Coach, every practice, she picks teams and mixes everyone up, and no matter how she does it, they are so competitive every time, and it's always, we do competitions in practice, we'll do different drills, and at the end you run if you lose. But we just get so competitive, and we act like we hate each other during the drill, but then afterwards we're saying good job, and we love each other. But for 2 people specifically, I would have to say Kaylee and Maddie. They put up with, we go against each other in practice a lot, and Emily Saturday was the other person I would go against, but she's not returning this year. She's the only one. So those other 2, they worked so hard to push me to be better that I cannot be more thankful for that. Maddie, I would say, is one of the strongest people I think I've ever gone against. I don't know. She can move me very easily. So going against her in practice prepares me for a game so well. And yeah, I would give a lot of credit to her and Kaylee.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Shipley was having fed to Maddie when she was at Shaker, but yeah, that's
no one anyone we played last year could not move me, and then I would go against Maddie, and I can't even post up that well. It's crazy. She's so strong.
So my last question is, and maybe it's not sad, but have you guys thought about like this maybe being your last year of like organized basketball at this kind of level? Obviously, there's always women's leagues that you guys can get in, and you can always stay pretty competitive and stuff. But have you thought about what that's going to be like? Like not having that. You said you started in 2nd grade, didn't like it, and then was 5th grade. Like, are you going to remember being a 5th grade kid playing basketball as you go off the court for the last time?
Yeah. Last year we were watching when Maine Maritime, they made us stay in the gym to watch them get their trophy, and I think I was kind of a little bit on the edge, but after that kind of lit a fire underneath me, and I knew that if I didn't come back I would regret it. So this year is definitely, I'm gonna have fun, and like you said, I got to think about it like it's my last year, because I don't want to regret anything. I want to play as hard as I can and push my team to be the best they can, so that I don't look back on it like we could have done better.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, after we lost, she looked at me and she was like, "We're gonna go back, right?" I was like, "Yeah." So, I mean, it's all jokes kind of now, not really, but like, in a sense, like she said, it does light a fire under you. Like, you work so hard, and even if we did win, I feel like we would go back anyway. But for me personally, I think you the same. But this is definitely my last year. I don't have any more eligibility after this, so I have to leave it all where it lies, and I'm excited, but it's also scary to give up something that's kind of been your identity for so long and really your main focus. Like, you know, every day after school, even high school, it's basketball, 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 and then you go to college and it's months longer and harder. So, but I'm also excited to figure out what else I am good at, or my job, or, you know, stuff like that. So,
Quick comment on the main. Two quick comments on the main thing. Number one, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have said, "Let's get on the goddamn bus." I'm sorry. Like, no, we have like 6 hours ahead of us. No, let's get on the road. Second of all, is that really the question you asked after the game? Coming back, right?
Yeah, we were sitting there. I was like, "There's no way," because that wasn't the only thing. The main maritime coach decided to, you know how you have 5 seconds to get the ball in, and they were probably up by
at
15
least.
at that point. He goes, "Oh no, just hold it right there." As we're all like prepared for them to do something, he goes 1, 2, and counts out the time, and then calls a timeout at 4 seconds, and made us all stand there like it was so frustrating. So I was like, "You're really gonna do that to us right now? Like we know what you're doing. Why make us stand here like fools?"
Wait. Hang on. What part? All right. What part was this at the very end of the game?
It was towards the end, yeah. He let his players get a breath, and somewhat us too, but we needed to get back into that game. We didn't need that little break.
In the grand scheme of things, what difference does 4 seconds make if you're gonna call a timeout anyways? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, and it was kind of like, really, right now.
I don't know how Coach B kept together and didn't go punch that coach in the face, because she's fiery. Okay, that's putting it nicely. Sometimes she's fiery. Although
Yeah.
she's gotten a lot better than she was when she first got to COBY a few years ago. Taylor, you could probably attest to this a little bit more. She's calmed down. She's matured in the most wonderful way possible. She's calmed down, I would say.
Yeah.
They don't agree with you.
No, I think she's just learned. Like, she's a young coach. I think she's kind of learning as she's going, and I think she's always been a great coach, but now I think she knows like what's more important. You know what I mean? Like, why get upset about this when you could be focusing on this? I don't know. I just feel like she's grown a lot, at least in my last 3 years. So
she's picking her spots. She's learning, or has learned, I should say, what hills are worth dying on is the best way for me to put it.
for sure.
So that's the way she knows that I mean nothing hard by it. It's okay. What else? Oh, yes. So I mentioned BKW. We talked about it earlier.
Ew.
Sorry, I'll take it off quick. I'm sorry. I took it down.
That one's on Instagram.
No, it's not. No, not at all. But I couldn't find I didn't upload the one I wanted to, because I'm not even gonna bother trying to find it. But I did want to ask about Tom Galvin, because as someone who lives in Amsterdam and announces games out this way, I've come across Coach Galvin a lot. Just got 500, 400 career wins. I think it was five. I don't remember. It's 400 or 500, whatever. He's eclipsed a big mark that I would never touch in a million years. Um, what was Coach Galvin like, and how instrumental was he to your growth as a high schooler before you reached COBY?
Yeah, Coach Galvin helped me a lot. He is very level-headed. He never really got angry or got upset. He kind of just let us play basketball. I mean, yeah, he gave us plays, but it was kind of just like a continuous motion play that we didn't even run right half the time. So he kind of just like let us play, and it worked out really well for us because, I mean, I played with Lexi Wright and a few other girls that were, pretty good for a little school. And so we did decent. And he kind of just let us do what worked for us. At the time, I shot a bunch of threes and gave the ball to Lexi in the post, and it's just what worked. But personally, he helped me a lot. And then also behind the scenes too, like Gary Morin, he was my JV coach and also the assistant coach when I played. He was more the one that would get into you a little bit, yell at you. I remember telling him like, yo, you got to yell at me because Galvin's being too nice to me. So he's just super nice and chill and level-headed and always super happy for you. He was the first one to congratulate me about any offers I ever got or any school reaching out to me, stuff like that. So, yeah.
And then Logan, you came out of Hoosick Falls, which means everything out there is lilac this and lilac that, blah 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 blah. I mean, you might as well have one of the lilacs run for mayor for either Hoosick Falls or Glens Falls at this point. Am I wrong, or is that a perfectly right assumption on my part?
No, yeah, Mr. Lilac's great. He was actually my strength coach for gym, and he even this summer, him and Mr. Daly, they let me use the school and the weight room and gym. So it's a good connection we still have.
And Alex is coaching at Mechanicville. They're taking over. They're expanding. It's like the British Empire. They need to stop before they get down to Albany or over to Amsterdam. Stop.
There's so many boys. They had so many boys that the Lilac's just going to keep going and going. So
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. This is a PG show, so I won't say what I want to say. Anyways, all right. I have a set of questions called Life's Most Important Questions. More important than anything involving injuries, transfers, or anything in between. Are you two ready?
Yep.
All right.
I don't know. These might make or break you guys. These questions he's going to ask.
Oh, one question almost broke Coach last show because somebody gave an answer he did not like to a certain question.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Number one, when it comes to sweets, chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Probably chocolate.
Okay, so we know neither one of you is eating the other's dessert. That's good to know. Next, Gatorade or Powerade or other?
Gatorade.
I know there's Prime and all that.
Gatorade.
Okay, good, because Powerade tastes nasty. Thank you. What goes in the bowl first, cereal or milk?
Cereal.
How should I put this? I have a friend who insists on the milk first. That's the
He's
way.
wrong.
It's a she. That's.
She's wrong.
Yeah. And she played at Fonda. That's probably what's wrong with her. She played at Fonda. So
Could be.
Could be.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, the bun's still attached on the bottom. Like a sandwich has 2 pieces of bread and a hot dog is still attached like in a bowl.
Yeah, no.
Okay, all right.
It was close. That was a close one.
Yes, because that's the question that broke Cap last show. Was
So we were good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody
said it was a sandwich. Like it, and I get where they're coming from because it has meat and bread, but like hamburger's not a sandwich. It's meat and bread.
Oh, we're not gonna get into that topic right now.
Yeah,
no. We're not getting into that because I would argue a hot dog is like in its own category. you can argue. I would say you can argue the hamburger being a sandwich because now you're getting into the simplicity of meat, two slice. I know the bun, but it's a bun that's it's one bun, but it's still two pieces of bread technically when you put the top and bottom. Never mind.
Oh man.
All right, I'm overcomplicating this. All right, this is the last question. You're on a deserted island. You can't use each other for an answer.
Oh.
Two people to help you get off that island. Who are you picking?
Oh God. Two people?
Probably
Friends, family.
my brother Tucker and my athletic trainer Meg Graff. She's really smart.
Oh, Meg Graff's the best.
Are you
I almost like her more than I like Coach Bowman. I've known Coach Bowman twice as long.
You're gonna use my graph.
Yeah, were you going to?
Meg is wicked,
I'll use
wicked
Cody.
smart.
I'll use Cody. He's the other athletic trainer.
Okay, not wrong with the Cody. Okay.
Cody and I feel like my dad.
What is it about your brother Logan?
He's 6'6" and very strong. So anything I need to be built or like anything like that, he can do the heavy lifting and stuff like that. He's also in the military, so I think he has some survival skills.
Decent pick. You're saying it's a good pick then.
Yeah.
Best person that's ever been selected in the history of the question. Done. I think we can retire that question now. Holy crap. And the 6'6" thing takes a lot of weight off your shoulders for being the tallest person, so that's even better.
Yeah, I have a 15-year-old. He's 20, and then I have a 15-year-old brother, and he's bigger than me already. So I am scared to see how big he will end up getting.
So height runs in the family. Okay.
Yeah.
This mom's side, dad's side.
Dad's 6'4", but I really don't know where he got it from because his mom is like maybe 5 foot and his dad was maybe 6 foot. So I don't know where he got it from. And then my mom's pretty tall for a woman. She's 5'11".
Did she ever make life difficult for you playing one-on-one growing up or nah?
Oh, she still does. I can't play one-on-one with her. She still wears the wedding ring and uses the elbows. So.
Oh.
Yeah, she's aggressive.
Foul play. Okay. All right. I mean, if you had older brothers, I mean, it's the same thing. Like you gotta expect at that point, parent, older sibling, whatever. Like.
Right. At some point, you probably gave your younger brother the business, right? Did you ever give him the business or no?
Oh yeah, I won't play against him anymore because I can't have him beat me now that he's a lot bigger and stronger. So I just retired from that.
Perfect.
No, that's it. That was the 5th grade core memory you had. Oh, I'm taller than everyone. But we got it, Cap. We got it. We got it. Yeah. So that's Cap. You got anything?
No. Good
All
stuff.
Right. So I will say I have been wanting to do this for a while. Just took me a little bit to get the chutzpah to ask both of you to come on because I didn't want to tick anybody off, and y'all know who I'm probably referring to, so whatever. Yeah, really glad to have you both on. Really appreciate it, and go Fighting Tigers. Screw the NAC. Like, like I'll be completely biased because I don't give a damn. I have no allegiance anywhere else. Let's go Fighting Tigers because Redemption Tour 2024-2025 is in order. Am I right?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you both.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Come to our games, please.
Yeah, for sure. You guys got to ride it on the horses too. See if you can get to work the horses in the pregame.
Yeah. That'd be so cool.
Coach
Bowman would have a heart attack.
Coach Bowman was trying to get us a game against the national champions because we have a little bit of a connection there. Meg Barber went to Hoosick Falls from NYU. And I actually broke her record at the school. And she grew up. She was a little younger than my mom, so she grew up playing with my mom. So there's a big connection there. So we were hoping to, but I don't know if it will happen.
Oh. But no, that's not what I was initially smelling at. I just had a terrific idea, and I'll let you guys go after this. Okay, visualize this. It is COBY, so it's possible. a basketball doubleheader with the men. It's a farm-themed day. Hear me out. Okay? Think of like combine the Washington County Fair or the Schoharie County Fair, whatever you want to combine it with a basketball.
Like 4-H day. 4-H
Yeah.
day.
Sure.
Like just take one of the parking lots, rope it off, put your barnyard animals there, and all that jazz.
Yeah.
I'd be in.
I'm just throwing it out there. Easy way to get the horses on campus, right? Right.
Right.
Yeah,
It's got to be some kind of insurance you need for that, though.
Stop it! I don't care. We're gonna make it happen. It's a brilliant idea. I'm gonna tell. I don't know who I'm gonna tell, but I'm gonna figure it out. Taylor, Logan, Taylor. Bless y'all. Have a great day. All right.
You
Thank
too.
you,
Thank
you
you.
too.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right. Taylor Meacham. Logan Thayne. That was an adventure and a half, and I loved every second of it. Cap.
Yeah,
what
that
do
was
you
big.
say?
Logan, I mean, not only did, to be perfectly honest, at some point, you could probably make a movie about Logan in terms of what she went through physically and then where she is now being. They make movies for less of people that do less than that. So to be player of the year at any level, even high school, for God's sakes, is important. To do it at the college level is unbelievable. So
Yeah, I did not know about that, and some people might think this is me bloviating and being over the top about it. I don't think I'm being over the top when I say this.
oh, he disappeared.
Yeah, I crashed out of the podcast. That's cool. Hi,
He
I'm
disappeared. Where'd he go?
Yep, I disappeared. Hi. Anyways, what I was trying to say there was from Cap. Where the hell are you? I can't see you, but whatever.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, I mean, face for radio. It's okay. No I'm kidding. What I was trying to say there is, after hearing that story that I didn't know about Logan, I kind of feel like a better human being for knowing that story because that's just a wild and crazy. That's the one of the most bizarre stories I've ever heard. Like just literally losing control of your extremities while you're in practice and not know what's going on, and that's
You
just
learn how to walk again. She had to learn how to walk again.
that's
I
horrific.
think the point was she was trying to get across. Some Division I schools don't handle injuries really well. You could ask Jackie about that as well. How they deal with stuff when she hurt her hip.
Right.
They do it one of two ways. They either do it the right way or the wrong way, and when they do it wrong, they do it really wrong. So,
and I'll plug it. The walk that Logan was mentioning is the Sunnyview in Motion 5K. Walk, roll, and run by Sunnyview Rehabilitation Hospital. It takes place. I don't know if this was just how it was this year, or if it's every year, but it was in Central Park this year in Schenectady. If you want to find out more about it, they haven't posted info about next year's event yet, but go to sunnyviewinmotion.org. And trust me, you'll feel like a much better human being than I'll ever be. So there you go. That all being said, there you are. Hi, you and your purple cap. So cute. That all being said, I do have one question for you before we wrap this up. What the hell is Niskayuna High School doing?
what'd they do?
They commit to changing their nickname.
Oh yeah,
because they're supposed to.
They're gonna stay the Warriors.
They go through the process and decide, yeah, screw you. We're not changing the nickname.
Right.
Like, why? What are we like? What?
We're a different kind of Warrior. I don't know what.
But... I mean, you're not like the Warriors from the movie in the '80s. So what are you?
Yeah, they're gonna remove. They're gonna remove the spear that they had. Like that was their primary logo. I don't know. Like Golden State Warriors obviously are different than that, but like being able to have Ultimate Warrior logo on their helmets, that would be sick.
Oh, you're really trying to. Oh man.
Paul O'Neal put 21 on their helmets. I don't know. It's a bunch of different Warriors.
It's stupid.
It doesn't. Yeah, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they spent a few dollars deciding they were going to be the Warriors again too.
It's
So
not that hard. It's not that hard. Go and
I
talk
don't
to
know.
Averill Park. Go talk to Colony Central. Like, it's not that hard.
I don't love colonies, but I don't think a lot of people do.
Still, they did it. Like, it's not a hard thing to do. Whatever. I give up. Anyways, that's Brian Capitule in the pretty purple hat. I'm Brian Cady with the weird ass tie-dye shirt on. That's episode 20. Thanks again to Taylor Meacham and Logan Thayne. Great job on them. And if I don't see you at a SUNY Cobleskill women's basketball game this year,
Missing out.
that and Cap, I'll just I don't know. We'll have to rethink this podcast if I don't see you at a game this year. Just saying.
No, we'll make a trip.
Make it a team trip.
Yeah, for sure.
There, done. I'm not gonna have the coaches talk to anybody. I'm not. I will promise you that. I'll not have them trying to recruit on campus. No, I will take care of that.
Good.
Oh, I will say no.
They're allowed to do whatever they want.
Maybe Taylor will talk to them, but not the coaches. Anyways, I'm done. Are you done?
I'm done. I'm ready to have some pizza.
Oh, right. You go do your pizza. I'm going to have some BLTs, even though the wife just took the dog for
She's
a
already
walk.
asleep. Make her own
No,
BLT.
she took the dog for a walk mid-podcast. I'm like, bye. Okay, good. Whatever. I hope it doesn't rain on you. All right, anyways, goodbye.
All right, see ya.